Test. Can you hear me? Testing.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay,
I can
good.
hear you.
Good.
Look, welcome to the show, guys. Welcome to the show. Today we're doing something different. For the past, let's just say since the international break came in, all we've been hearing is Man City 115 charges, Chelsea are being charged. This is mostly after Everton were charged, and we've had a lot of people who've become professionals at this. They've told us when are we when we are going to be sent into Division Two. They've told us how strict, how serious, and how strict the Premier League are, and they're going to go after us after Everton. But nobody has asked this, and nobody has said this. Uh, what's going to happen when Man City, or if Man City beat the Chargers? What must Man City do? What is the league going to do? The Premier League. What are all the rival fans, all the pundits going to do when these charges have been dropped because Man City haven't been found guilty of any of these charges, or these charges were just made up to make sure that Man City are pressured? Because according to the media card, I don't know if you've seen, according to most of the thing, to the reports, it's actually Liverpool who are in the forefront of pushing the Premier League, pressuring the Premier League to make sure that Man City get charged. So Liverpool are in the forefront as we speak, making sure that the Premier League charges Man City. They are pushing and pushing and pushing. So Carl, let's talk. First of all, welcome to the show, Carl, and thank you very much, Carl.
Hi, Patrick. Good. It's been a long time. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good, man. Still surviving. So, what are your thoughts on this? Because I wanted to do something different. Because every time all you see is, oh, Man City 115 charges. Oh, Man City, what will they do? What will Pep Guardiola? Pep Guardiola is going to leave. Is this? But nobody has spoken about the fact that what if these charges are gone? What's next, Carl? What is next? What would you do if you were a Man City board of director after these charges are dropped? And what do you think rivals and also the Premier League should do when these charges are dropped?
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Hope you are well. I hope you can hear me loud and clear. Can you hear me well and clear?
Yeah, we can, and we can also see you in 4K.
Yeah, 4K. I haven't commented too much on this. I mean, I've been on one space where I talked about this whole 115 charges, and I keep making the argument that it's crazy, it's insane.
Yeah.
I mean, whenever you see lawyers, the media, and politicians involved in something, it's going to collapse. And the Premier League is being used by the lawyers to make money, the politicians for grandstanding, and then the media for clicks, just to get news out there. Everton, unfortunately, have become the scapegoat that they used for this issue. I don't think Everton should have gotten 10 points. I think it's crazy. I think what you do, given the fact that they had a COVID issue, was that you find a way to warn them and maybe a fine, maybe some other method to get them to get their books in order. Right, because they're going through the process of curing all those things and making sure that they can be healthy. COVID was a problem with them, and then they spent some money. The City case is a completely different case, right? People forget that the Everton case was that based on their accounts. So we go to their accounts. Premier League says you cannot lose more than a certain amount for a period of time. You can't. When Everton published their accounts, what was in the accounts, the financial statement, was, oh, based on the numbers we have, we broke that law, that threshold. Therefore, we are going to be punished. It's clear. There's no debate. The City case is completely different.
Maybe people don't understand that. Maybe you have to explain, because people don't understand it. I think so.
Completely different, right? The 115 charges are basically just, I think, 4 or 5 in total. And there are more experts who talk about this more than I do, right? That's fine, right? But there are 3 or 4. One of the big ones is the fact that, years ago, through an email that was disclosed, right, by a guy who's now in prison, City had sponsorships that they masked as something else to fund transactions within the club. City is saying, guys, here are books. These are the books. These are the books that have been audited by auditors, independent auditors, reviewed, verified by a number of auditors. Here are the books. Premier League is saying, but we have this email that says someone said that they changed something. Okay, where is the evidence for that? So they're asking us to produce evidence for a charge, right? A cause, an accusation that there is no evidence for. So how do you prove that? Again, the Everton case, the financials are there. You can't run away from it. It's like saying you did an exam, Patrick. You went to school. You did an exam. The passing grade was C, right? You got an F. Everybody knows you got an F. You got 29 over 100. There's no nothing. Okay? Versus saying, we think, Patrick, you got the exam, you got an A+. But because your brother said that, let's find a way for Patrick to cheat in communications on WhatsApp. You now say, Patrick, you cheated because your brother was saying that, let's find a way for Patrick to cheat. When the result of the exam is saying you got an A+. So now they're believing, and by the way, that accusation from your brother was received by somebody who went into your brother's phone, stole your brother's phone, checked his messages, right? And said, here's the evidence of Patrick cheating because he got an A+. And now the school is saying, Patrick, because your brother said, let's cheat for Patrick, your A+ is not your A+. Show us the evidence of what happened there. And Patrick is saying, guys, I did the exam. Here are my results. It's been marked. It's been checked by everyone. Here's where they are. It's A+. Probably I say, no. You must have cheated because Patrick's brother said in an email that they cheated. Meanwhile, that someone stole your brother's phone and may have corrupted that message inside. The same guy who stole your brother's phone is now in prison in another country for stealing. Are you following the analogy?
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm seeing the logic. It's good. It's good you're explaining it this way that maybe people will understand. Because I think a lot of people don't get what's happening. They don't. The 115 charges, they just put them there and say, the 115. It's the end of the world. They don't know that multiplied. And when some of these charges were exposed, they were funny. Go ahead.
Let me explain. So why is it 115, right? Because they're saying, let's go back to the year 2008, which is when they said the fraudulent money went in, right? So when you're doing your financial statements, your projections for investors, or you're projecting for the year, you say, okay, my budget for 2008 is going to be 1,000. This year, I'm going to make 1,500. Okay, what do I expect to make the year after? Next year, let's try and make 5,000. Like your subscribers now. 2 years ago, you started at 0. You said, let me get to 500. Okay, now you got to 500. Okay, let's not see if we can get to 1,000 next year. And then 2,000 the next year. And then 5,000, 10,000, 100,000. Maybe in 10 years' time, you can be 1 million subscribers, which every good person should do. What they're saying is that, oh, Patrick, because in year zero you lied, right? Every projection from year zero through now, we're going to count it as a charge. Are you following? That's where the 115 comes in. Is that they're looking at year zero in 2008 as a baseline, and every financial projection based on the profit and loss, based on the income statement, based on forecasts and financials, based on all those things, because that year was wrong, everything else to the multiplier effect is wrong. That's what it means. It's like, say, Everton now, for example, they broke financial fair play and were charged in 2022. Let's say the Premier League didn't look at them until the year 2033. Everton would have more than 150 charges. You know why? Because they're looking at it from 2021 all the way down to 2033. That's why it's 115. It's not a 115 separate counts of different. No. It's the projection of that. Now, there's an argument to say that they say, oh, we paid Mancini under the table money, which he has to declare for tax purposes. But nobody's questioning him. There's no police investigation. That's tax fraud. So what are we talking about? So back to the story of the show. Listen, what should City do? We should demand for a complete overhaul of the Premier League. A complete overhaul. Complete. Top to bottom. Leaders, managers, executives, lawyers, everything, rip it up and start again. Because what's clearly happening is that this is basically the red part of the Premier League, the United, the Arsenal, the Liverpool, all these guys coming against the new money guys, the Chelseas, the Cities, the people, the Burnleys who are trying to get in, the Newcastles. This is about it. And if you trace it all the way back, look at the real meat behind this, it all comes down to what kind of money, what color is the money? Is this Caucasian American money? Or is this money from the Middle East? And what are they trying to do? Are they trying to take over our game? Or what's going on right here? We saw the last couple of days, the different votes that have failed because Chelsea, City, Burnley, Newcastle, and one other club said no. Wolves are owned by the Chinese, by the way. Yeah? Are you following me now? Wolves owned by the Chinese, Newcastle, Saudi Arabia, City, Abu Dhabi. Right? Chelsea just owned by new Americans, but was also Russian before. Are you following the trend? This is
I can see it, and it was quite funny to see that the clubs that are owned with people who are either ambitious or new money, because Chelsea's under fighting. That's why they also, I'm pretty sure they're like, nah, I know we're Americans, but we're gonna vote because we're ambitious. That's to say, it also brings me to one thing, Carl, because you've said a lot of things and a lot of people have ignored. Number one of the things that might come true is the playoff thing, where the big thing, the All-Star playoff looks like it's also going to happen a bit. There's been stories that have been pushed around. Then Saudi coming into the UEFA, it looks like it's going to happen. Yet people are saying this is not about entertainment. We told them this is entertainment. Are you with me, or you're frozen? I think you're frozen there for a minute. I think he's frozen for a minute. He was floating there for a minute. Let me just go to the comments. If we beat the Chargers, we should be quiet and move into winning every trophy there is. That said, I want to hear cartoons spilling the tea. Thank you very much. Big up says waving from Gelki. Cows back. Big up. Hi boys, we're innocent. Fon Colombo. The City case is completely different. They reported numbers that incorrect, and the club knew that. The analogies are nonsense. City have been breaching FFP for a decade. Do you have any evidence the men stand? Payments to manage that club couldn't afford without breaching FFP. Until a judge tell me otherwise, I believe Pep and Caldon that we are not guilty, as I have no reason to doubt them. Big up to you. City have been charged with feeling incorrect. Okay, what? Feeling incorrect feelings and failing to cooperate with the Premier League. Okay. Pep coming out really calmed me, as he knows way more than me. Obviously, he believes we're innocent. What is this guy talking about? This guy waffling. It's on your honors, nothing else. Now, look. At the end of the day, Carl was telling us exactly what's going on, and look. There's no rival fan out there right now who by any means will sit down and say, oh, let me sit down and find logic in this and say, why are there 115 charges? As Kawas has explained, some of these 115 charges, it's the same charges just multiplied multiple times. Some of them are pathetic charges. Go read, go sit down and go read. Some of them are not that exciting. There's nothing that's, some of them are like small things that are put together to make sure they have a chokehold on Man City. Look, some people, I don't know how old are you, I don't know who you listen to, and I don't know, because most of us listen to media. And media is where we get the information from. Same thing as this Gaza Israel thing. I don't want to get involved in it. We always listen. I used to listen to media until I done my own research. I find out that some of these media things, they make us choose a side before we decide a side. So they already give you these small crumbs which you follow. By the time maybe something happens, you're like, oh, let me give an example of Iraq. Everybody in Iraq until you find out there was no oil. But at the end of the day, we were making judgments. I remember back home, because that's all I was seeing on BBC News, CNN, was America is doing the right thing. America is doing the right thing. This. I just believed, okay, this is the story. Later on throughout the years, then we all laughing stock when we find out that there was nothing there but oil. That's what they were looking for, oil, nothing but oil. So, guys, when we make the decisions, I know the media always drive this. They make sure this is news. During this international break, Everton have been charged, not Man City or Chelsea. But guess what? People made videos of Man City. They made videos of Chelsea. What about those two clubs? And you know what made me laugh, Carl? This is what I said in my last video. Everybody keeps saying Man City are not relevant. They're small. Why were we trending the whole day? We were trending the whole week. This is just.
I want to break. Sorry, my power went out. I want to break this down. Let's be clear what's happening right here, guys. Think about this for one moment, right? Think about this, right? Why are United fans crying about the Glazers? What's the number one reason why they're crying, Patrick? They cry, they moan, they beat themselves up, they threaten to kill themselves. All these things, why? Because the Glazers are loading United with debt, right? Millions, hundreds of millions of pounds of debt on the club, such that the roof is leaking, the performance is terrible, the manager is horrible, they have no direction. Debt and debt and debt. Oh, and by the way, every couple of months, they dip their filthy hands in to take money out of the club. The debt is there, being serviced, and they take profit out. That's what they cry about, right? They want somebody like Sheikh Hazim from Qatar who can do stuff, right? Now, let's assume that these arguments from rivals and the media is actually true. Is actually true, right? That Sheikh Mansour, right, massed money, right, by giving money through Etihad sponsors to put money into the club. Not debt, but revenue and equity, which is at risk, right? So an owner says, allegedly, right, I'm going to take money from my pockets, millions of pounds. I'm going to give it to a company, Etisalat, Etihad, whatever it is, and they're going to put money into the club that I own as equity, not debt. And the rivals and the media are trying to crucify a man who wants to invest in his own business to rebuild East Manchester, to build a club that plays brilliant football, that's a treasure for the Premier League in Europe, because we respect ourselves. Meanwhile, United, who are full of debt, with terrible owners who take money out, and you want to crucify one, and you want to say, hail one. It's like the Bible story of Christ and Barabbas. Crucify him, let him go free. This is what's happening, guys. Let's be clear. And for rivals who are watching, let's understand what's happening here. An owner has money, they say, invest money into his club. Equity, not debt. He didn't go to the bank. He didn't go to private equity, right, to leverage buyout. He took money and says, I'm going to fund my organization to grow with time. Versus the Glazers and Liverpool FSG. Let's go borrow money from a bank at an interest rate to put inside, and then when this business turns money, let's take the money out without spending on players, fixing the roof, fixing the infrastructure. And yet the media is on one club who is investing in the organization and they want to pamper the other one. Can you see how mad it is? Where we now have because of hatred, because one club is winning,
jealousy, envy,
and they just destroyed the old red legacy of Liverpool, United, and Arsenal, right? Chelsea and City. They've torn it apart, and now they don't want them at the top anymore, and they'll do whatever it takes, not on the football field, because everybody can see what's happening if there's fraud, but in the back rooms, in the politics. This is what is going on. This is what
that is true. And you also forgot that the same guy is given jobs, and apparently, according to many people, the development of the area of Manchester is due to him. This is because of Manchester and the CFG group, which also, by the way, is buying clubs in other places and giving people jobs and developing youth in football. But you see, that's the thing. And as I said, it came out that Liverpool are pushing. They are at the forefront pushing, obviously, because they are the ones who've suffered on the pitch more than most others. And now they've said, you know what, let's continue pushing this. The funny thing is, I have told most people, this has nothing to do with football. No, this has nothing to do with charges, Carl. I've said this, it has nothing to do with charges. It's about success and football. It's the fact that the domination of Man City is so painful to see. The organization of Man City is so painful to see. Some of these clubs and fans are not happy because most of the fans don't care about the politics, Carl. Every time you speak to them, all they come up with is, when is Pep Guardiola leaving? So it's nothing to they don't care about the charges. It's just a stick to use to beat Man City. So maybe they're like, oh, maybe if the charges happen, maybe something will happen to them where they won't dominate anymore. They won't embarrass us anymore. Because Patrick, right now,
here's the problem, Patrick. Right? For the 3 years between Mancini and Pellegrini, United won a title once, City won it twice. So this was without Pep Guardiola, right?
Yeah.
It was Mancini, the United won it, and then City came back and won it again, right? And then Pep came in, didn't win it, and then from there he's won it out, right? So even in that time period where Sir Alex Ferguson was there, right? When we won it, if not for the fact that we took our foot off the gas and we were on serious, we could have gone again the next year after. And then Pellegrini came in, who couldn't win anything in Spain, by the way, right? And won it with how many goals he scored. Right? So when you think, oh, let Pep go, if Pep goes, they'll keep winning. Because it's not just about the manager, it's about the infrastructure. It's about the organization. That's why these guys want to take them down, because they know it's not just about the manager. They know it's about the organization, the structure, the infrastructure, the way they behave, the way they think. I'm blessed to be one of the USA coaches for the City Group. Right? I have a session today that I'm planning right here. Look, with the academy kids right here in the US. Look at it. This is from Manchester. What we need to do, 5v5 expression of players, right? How to play, create shapes, how to play 2v1s, how to create zones, right here, there, right there, all there. See, right there. Look, right from Man City. What we're using here in the US to teach kids, U12, U10, U8. The same thing that they use in Manchester with the academy and the first team. The very same thing. Right? They showed us, for example, Patrick, how what they call there are 6 phases and 3 type things that City want to do. When City are playing, there are 3 things that they do, right? Number 1, they try to play through. They try to play through build out, right? If they can't play through, they play around. If they can't play around, they play over. The same philosophy they used on the first team is what they taught us last week in Philadelphia. It's incredible. And this same philosophy is what they're using in New York City, in Melbourne City, right? In India, in South America. It's the same thing. But no, FSG don't like that. No, we want to be the ones dominating everything. We don't like this new money from the Middle East. The money's not good. It's oil money. What's wrong with oil money? Oh, should it be money from nuclear weapons? Should it be money from? No, seriously. Would you rather have money from nuclear weapons or money from the defense industrial state? Is that what you want? Or you want money from what? From cartels and smugglers? Is that what you want? What are we talking about here? Again, it stinks of racism. It stinks of xenophobia. It smells to high hell. Because one club has been successful patiently by being longer.
Yeah, it's the same thing. And if you've noticed, PSG is none of that business because PSG fell. are failing a lot, and they're like, that's a failing institute. Nobody cares about. They voted against it because the clubs own multiple clubs. It's nothing to do with new money. Do Burnley own any clubs? I don't think Burnley own anything. Sheffield United don't own any other clubs. You know what I mean? Like,
By the
I
way,
think
they didn't vote against it. Actually passed. It failed.
yeah.
So all these Liverpool, United, they failed because City, Newcastle, Burnley, and two other clubs didn't vote.
Sheffield United, yeah, Sheffield United were one of them.
Yeah.
It's a
You know why?
situation.
You know why?
Yeah,
Guess who's coming to go and buy Sheffield United? Guess who's trying to buy Sheffield United? Guess who? A guy from Nigeria.
Is it?
Any surprise? Any surprise?
Interesting. So things are changing. There's new money coming in. It's a lose-lose situation for City. If we win the case, they will say you paid the officials. If you lose, you will be relegated. Okay.
Actually, it's not a lose-lose situation. There's nothing to lose. We've won everything. It's irrelevant. Patrick, even if we get relegated, right? Let's say we get relegated. So what? What happens? We'll watch football.
Super football, yeah.
I will go to Millwall to watch City versus Millwall. I'll go watch Sunderland. I'll fly. Let's go watch it. Enjoy the football. Why? Because this club has given me every single thing to be joyful. I've seen them win the European Championship. I've seen them win. I've seen football that I've never seen in my life. It's inspired me to coach differently. You can't take that away from me. You can't. Your politics and your BS can't take that away from me. My son loves the City way. I've seen 6-7-year-olds, Patrick, don't kick the ball. They've all played through the back. All of them.
It's changed. I told you this. It's changed. Patrick, even New Zealand. Even yesterday, the New Zealand team, Carl. The New Zealand team and the Ireland team were playing from the back, and the defenders were going spreading. Who did that? Pep Guardiola.
Patrick, I'm seeing 7-year-old kids. Goalkeeper starts with the ball, right? Plays it out to the two center backs. Goalkeeper becomes the third player in that triangle to press. They play wide, they play central, they connect the pass, and then they go through a score. I'm seeing those principles. Try to play through, can't play through, play wide, can't play wide, play over. At 7 years old, looking at the City Academy guys. Game has changed. You're telling me that some clowns and politicians in the Premier League, because they hate, is going to take that away from me? No. I will go down with them. I will be there. I will be back.
No, tell them. Yeah, the evidence is in your charges. You can't be charged without evidence. City can't be easily charged. Coming from a Liverpool fan, that's one of the Liverpool fans says City cannot be easily charged. Everton were charged and punished. They didn't try and hide the breach FFP. City have been charged with hiding the fact they breach FFP.
Let's stop right there. Go back to main stand, right? I mean, he's absolutely, and this is a rival fan who's using his brain. I like this, right? He's absolutely correct. You're charging me saying I'm hiding the facts. Show me your evidence of me hiding my facts. Oh, your evidence is an email that was stolen. Are you serious? So you're saying that based on an email that was stolen, I should provide evidence corroborate your own allegation when I've shown you the exam work. It's insane.
Okay, which is against FFP. You can't put your money through other companies into the club. So he says you can't put your money from companies into the club. Then says what's being questioned in this whole thing is City's business model. So basically,
it's not. Again, the allegation. It's an allegation that City used money from a source that was not, that used money from another source, right, to fund the operations that wasn't legal. That's the allegation. But then if you charge someone with an allegation, you have to provide the evidence of that.
Yeah,
you have to.
And the evidence is not there.
Where's the evidence of that?
Yeah, there's a question here. What about Liverpool fined 1 million for hacking our computers?
I mean,
what if it was the other way around? What if it was the other way around?
I mean, I'm seeing things about the fact that now the Premier League wants to investigate this one. Now they want to go back and investigate this one. They want to go back and investigate Tottenham and Jermaine Defoe. The Premier League are stupid. I'm sorry. They just open up a can of worms with the Everton case because now every club is going to charge every club. How do you manage that? So guess who benefits from all this, Patrick? The lawyers do. They make all the money. That's what's going on. It's incompetence.
Yeah, it's just I don't like somebody said they should have spoken to Everton and come with a certain thing, even do a ban like this 10-point deduction thing. it opens up something else, you know, like it's extreme. So Everton will be watching every single thing now.
Of
Everton will be
course.
like, what about this one?
Didn't
If something
United break
happens, Everton will be like, what about this one?
didn't United break FFP like 2 months ago? Didn't they claim that? Where's the punishment there? Where's the punishment there? Yeah, United.
It's United.
Yeah, where's the punishment there? If they broke FFP according to the rules, why aren't you punishing them? What's going on right there? Or they're too big to fail, and Everton are too small, so you can punish them as a scapegoat because you have the independent regulator coming in. Is that why? So politics is now being part of this whole mix right now. Man, I mean,
so okay, what should we do if, let's say, for instance, City are done? You said they should ask them to reconstruct everything, because remember what Khaldun said. Khaldun says other people will be exposed. They will also expose other people in this process. For me, as a City fan, I think rival fans, they should just admit it. Like as I said, some have admitted it quietly, saying it only hurts because you're dominating. At the end of the day, if somebody was not dominating and were doing all these things, they wouldn't care at all. But and as Carl says, why don't you question? Carl said this before. Carl, remember you said this. Instead of putting yourself busy with Man City, why don't you question your owners on what they're doing and why they're not doing better? Why don't you tell them to do better? But you concentrate, you take all your focus and put it on Man City. Why don't you take that focus, put it on FSG, put it on the Glazers? Yeah, go ahead.
My grandmother, bless her heart, she's now dead a long time ago, but she's one of the favorite people in my life. She always tell me that. She said that I used to follow her to the market in Nigeria and by the waterside. And when we go to the market, we go and buy fish. We just buy crabs. And when you buy a crab, they put it into a bucket in Nigeria, right? And what you notice is that one crab is trying to get out of the bucket, climb up from the bucket, right? Another crab will pull it down. Instead of saying, okay, let's form a line, let's all get out. One is trying to come out, the other one will pull it back. That's the same mentality here. One team is doing so well. Let's bring them back down. It's not, let's bring them back down. It's jealousy and envy. Instead of saying, look, we respect what you guys are doing, love how you're playing. Yes, we don't like the fact that you're winning. We have to do better to compete against you. Right? On the field, on the football field, in practice, in training. Brentford beat us now 2-0 now, this time last year now. Did we complain? We didn't cry. We just said, okay, well play, well done. Go and win it on the field. Win it on the football pitch.
No, but they won't. They won't. Even Pep said Arsenal were one of the ones advocating for the Champions League thing because they had interest. Remember, he said it wasn't about them caring about the chances. Like it was about self-interest for these clubs because they wanted that position that Man City had in the Champions League. So they're going to bring down. So we were proven we are guilty until proven innocent on FFP. Let's be honest, we are guilty of one thing: signing up for the Super League against PL rules. We all should be charged and thrown out of the league. Do you remember that when everybody signed for the Super League?
Let me give you some breaking news right here, right? I don't care what people say that, they're going to put some rules in play. It's inevitable. It's going to happen. Let's be clear. The Premier League is incompetent, man. I'm sorry. Right? The TV money that the Premier League gets is undervalued because they're poor in how they market. You have the rights to the biggest football league in the whole world. And you're selling that right to Sky and to NBC. Why? FIFA right now, if I want to watch a Nigeria FIFA game, right, I have to go to a FIFA app. FIFA have the full rights to all their content, which they market and sell.
Yeah, I saw it yesterday.
Why can't the Premier League have all the rights to their own Premflix kind of application where you have to subscribe to it, right? And they make buku money. Imagine if 10% of the world's population around the whole world were to subscribe to the Premier League. We're talking about what's 10% of 700 million, right? Yeah. Imagine you charge $1 for that. What are we talking about here?
Yeah, but the thing is, I saw FIFA. They did yesterday. That's how I watched the match. The one Malawi versus Tunisia. Yeah. We considered a penalty last week.
Lazy, incompetent clowns.
Yeah, but they don't want to do that. They want to make their friends happy at Sky. You know what I mean? They are pushing all clubs to play by the rules they agreed to, not breaching FFP to achieve it on the pitch. But I'm okay. Wait here.
What rules are those? So here's the problem, right? The rules when the stuff came out, when all stuff happened, were not in place then. They've been adding rules on top and they're trying to retrospectively look at things. It's like saying, for example, okay, I'm playing snakes and ladders. Okay, snakes and ladders. ladders up, snakes are down. Oh, we don't like that rule. Let's change it the opposite way because it doesn't benefit me. Now you want to accuse me and charge me for something that you was incompetent in dealing with. It's crazy.
So basically, we'd also say during the votes.
By the way, Patrick, let me begin, right? How is it, Patrick? How is it that FFP calculation does not include debt? Hear me out.
You can United have debt.
It does not include debt. Right? You can go and borrow £1 billion in debt. In debt, right? From a bank. But you can't invest your own equity.
That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense.
Because United are in debt. Liverpool, debt. Barcelona, debt. Madrid, debt. City, equity. Chelsea had debt owed to Roman. He's now cleared it off. So everything right now is equity, except for some few small debt here and there. Immaterial debt. Why? Newcastle ain't got no debt. They got sovereign wealth fund. They don't need debt. One thing I hate is inequity and inequality, because I see it. I mean, as a person of color, you deal with this every single day, right? The injustices of the system. Oh, you have to be twice as good to be as good. On the football field, you have to be twice as good to be good. You see it every single day, right? This is what we're talking about happening right here. Owner from a part of the world has wealth, right? Invest money in his club to grow, creates jobs, creates administrative infrastructure, changes the whole environment, changes and brings Erling Haaland to England. Let's be clear. Brings Erling Haaland to England, De Bruyne to England, right? All of a sudden, no. They're corrupt, they're not good. But if that's English money or American money, the story is going to be different. I tell you, it's a different story. Oh, maybe it's not so bad. They're actually trying to do well. It's helping the English game. We can allow that to happen. That's okay. But your government is trading with Saudi Arabia, buying stuff. Your government is trading with the UAE with partnerships. Where's your complaint there? You went to Qatar for the World Cup.
And was indeed Abu Dhabi who saved the Barclays Bank when they were going down.
Build up Barclays Bank. Your FA Cup that you guys hold near and dear as your treasure. Guess who bought it off a rogue guy from Australia? Sheikh Mansour bought it for you and gave it back to you as a heritage asset, and yet you want to penalize him. You hypocrites, wicked people.
Yeah, I am a City fan. I'm saying we're innocent, as my chairman and manager says we are. If evidence proves different, then fine, but show me the evidence. Thank you very much, Brie. Carl, City is getting relegated to the Conference League. Don't listen, LP is bio.
Chelsea, ask Abdul. Chelsea's gonna follow us right behind. You know what, Abdul? It'd be nice to have Chelsea City down in the championship. Let's go and fight for the championship and League One.
That would be nice. We haven't won it before. Look at Rico Lewis. Awesome. Rico Lewis is playing very well. You won't be in the championship. It's a right to the bottom. Men stand. This is a dream.
Patrick, I don't even mind. Again, they call us glory hunters, right? I want to see what it's like to be in League One. I want to go to those games. I want to be there. I want to see what it's like. I want to enjoy the old City, the one that was not as good. Let's see what it's like. We've done it. We've been champions of Europe, won the treble. We're going to be world champions in a couple of months, next month. I don't care. I want to see it. I want to go. I want to travel there. I want to experience it, the yin and the yang. Maybe it's because, Patrick, last year, my own league here in the US, I won everything with my kids. Everything. Tournaments, everything. Won the league, didn't lose a game, right? Now, this year we're losing some, winning some. I like the loss because it makes me feel alive. It makes me think about what to do better. So bring it on.
Yeah, bring it. Both us and Chelsea. Big up. I'm here to eat rice. Yeah, you've started eating rice now, Daniel. You've started eating rice now. Here comes the European Super League.
I don't know what I'm talking about. We've said it before on the Blue Studio. It's inevitable. All this shenanigans that are happening with Premier League. Look, so we're going to put in laws and regulations to make sure that they can't leave. Just leave. What are you going to do? If they say we're leaving, what are you going to do? We're taking all our players, create new teams in different. What are you going to do? We're going to take our money. What are you going to do? We have a heritage stadium in Manchester United. Okay, go play your kids then. I'll play against Burnley and Forest with their own kids. And all the superstars are in European Super League. What are you going to do?
There'll be nothing. They'll do nothing. That's the only hope rival fans have. They can't beat us on the pitch. That is true. Carl, stop. We don't love how you're playing. LOL. That's what I'm trying to say. Pep said he will leave us if the club lies to him, but the way Pep defended us in his press conference after they charged us, Pep definitely saw the evidence. It's true. City are innocent. Liverpool are crooks. That is true. Our owners and board are so scared. That's why they expand our stadium currently for 300 million. Yeah, they did that. I forgot about that expansion. The point of money is debt. Is debt. But City's owners don't need money. They don't need debt. PL is confused. That is true. That's what Kai is saying. I don't recall meeting you, men stand. When did we have a conversation? Please refresh my memory. I don't know what they're talking about. 100% our club acts like it's innocent. Also wonder if British government wants to be accusing a very powerful political friends on being cheats. Yeah. So
Bree,
look, and then
I want to talk about Bree. Is that a lady? She's
yeah,
always spot on. I mean, Bree understands the context. That's there's this program I'm watching right now. It's called Star Trek Discovery. I love it. I love it. Right? There's one episode called "Context is King," and the guy says context is for kings, in this case queens. If you don't have context, you will lose the plot. You can't think strategically, right? This right here, right? This guy's a vice president of the UAE. To be clear, right? All the international stuff, all the stuff that they're running around the running of the country, typically falls to the vice president and the cabinet. That's what they do. So you're going to accuse a guy of being a liar of the vice president of another country. You're going to do that, right? You're going to do that. And then the UAE and the UK relationship, what are you going to do? You're going to break that because of some crazy Premier League club or some American from FSG or from Arsenal, Kroenke, who's maybe $2-3 billion in rich versus 23 or 40 billion, or the Saudis. You think Saudi buying Newcastle was by accident, that they rushed it through? You think that's not influence from the trillions of dollars that these guys have invested everywhere? What are we talking about here, guys? Why do we act like we're school kids where we don't know international affairs and policy, how these things work? The reason why the media guys out there are talking about it is because they know the truth. I call these media guys, they're failed footballers who are jealous of the guys who could play football. That's why they're writing crap articles, because that's their own way in. They can't kick a ball, they can't coach one game, but they can write rubbish. And we feed on it, like the clicks. It's time to wake up as a fan base and save our game. Save our game from these lawyers, politicians, and the media hacks. Save our game before it dies.
that is true. That is true. Anyway, guys, this is all we have for today. We're going to the next video we're going to be doing is going to be a preview for the Liverpool game. I'll organize with Carl. Carl with a very passionate and very informative speech there. And big up to everybody in the comments. Even in the men's stand, even though it's a rival fan, you are still here watching us. And everybody who was in the comments, Abdullah, Bree, Gail RK. Let's not forget Big Morgan, big up to you. Jerry, big up to you. And who else is here? Daniel, big up to you. And Andrew, big up to you. So, guys, thank you very much, guys. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make small clips of this and just put it around media just so that we can have clips of this. But thank you very much, Carl, for taking time. I know you're working. I know you're always a working man, but you took time to come and educate people, because I've been telling people this has nothing to do with the fact that it's FFP or whatever. This is jealousy, because a certain club came from somewhere where they never thought it would ever come and dominated them and has embarrassed them and has shown them how to run the football game. And I was watching an interesting video, and from now on, if Barcelona come to City and ask for a player, I'll wrap that player in cotton and give them the player. There was a show I watched today, Carl, where they say Barcelona is responsible for City's thing, and the guy was breaking everything down. I said, you know what? This is the reason why Man City, when Barcelona come to City, they don't care. They know that this is where we took our foundations. This is our roots. So from now on, Barcelona fans, if you want De Bruyne at the age of 41 only, you can take him. He can come there and play for you guys. So big up to you guys. Thank you very much, Carl. Thank you very much. I'll see you in the Liverpool video. Obviously, I'll try get Doug, the Liverpool fan, and see if he's free so that he can come and do a preview. But big up to you guys. Thank you very much.